Uh, 64 and counting.
Oh, Neil Caffrey throws a party and 64 supermodels show
No, sorry, my mistake. 65, actually. These two are twins.
To host a grand supermodel party, the FBI directly emptied all the valuable items from its administrative office. They even used their authority to requisition a rooftop in the city center. The reason for organizing such a luxurious party was to lure out a suspect known as Ghost Head. Earlier that morning, Burke had received a report from a girl named Reese, a model. Just as she was about to change clothes before going on stage, she encountered a murder. Because she was hiding in a closet, she didn't see the killer's face, but she did hear his voice. The killer claimed his name was Ghost Head.
You think you could identify him?
I will never forget his voice as long as I live.
Neil immediately came up with a plan to draw him out. He had heard of Ghost Head before. He was notorious for counterfeiting currency. According to Neil, Ghost Head had a particular fondness for supermodel parties, so he proposed hosting a grand one. If Ghost Head heard about it, he would definitely show up. At that point, they would only need Reese to listen to the guests' voices to identify him. Burke thought Neil's idea was crazy, but he couldn't come up with a better plan. So the two of them immediately went to their superior for approval. However, their boss found the idea too absurd and turned to leave.
Look, Caffrey, Govat, these guys are cut from the same cloth. Neil's convinced that our ghost will show up. I say we trust his instincts on this one.
After some persuasion from Burke, their superior finally agreed, but only granted them a budget of $5,000. To ensure the party went smoothly, Neil suggested having Burke's wife help plan the event. They then went straight to the FBI administrative office, which was filled with valuables confiscated from criminals, caviar, and 1958 vintage whiskey, all of which were requisitioned for the party. When Burke pointed out that $5,000 wouldn't be enough to invite so many supermodels, Neil simply picked up his phone and said that 65 models had already signed up. At that moment, a look of resentment flashed in Burke's eyes. He simply couldn't understand why Neil was always surrounded by beautiful women. Even his friend had provided an entire floor in Times Square as the event venue, and as night fell, the grand supermodel party officially began.